we got to talk about Michigan State losing to Purdue.
Oh, holy hell, State. Oh, holy hell. So you get up to play Michigan. All referee assistance aside, you played a very good game for the most part.
Yeah.
But then you walk up against the Giant Killer, and week after you had the top 10 win, and you fall valiantly place. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's something about that week after a big win that, like, when they get the big noon kickoff cameras in there, start interviewing your players. You start getting national profiles on the coach and stuff like that. Oh, what an amazing turnaround for Michigan State.
Everybody talking about Tuck Cummins.
Yeah, number 3 in the country. LSU, he's on the way. Wink, wink. And then they come out and they lay an egg versus Purdue. Without being too biased, in my opinion, I think that Michigan State has struggled to defend the pass against good passing teams. So that is a bit of an Achilles heel for them. Kenneth Walker did his thing.
As he does.
I don't know, man. Purdue is just a giant slayer. Time after time after time. Multiple times this season.
Is David Bell just going to keep having 200-yard games against top 5 teams, top 10 teams?
I guess, man. I guess Purdue isn't one of the best teams on Ohio State's schedule.
No, they're. I mean, they got 3 losses or whatever, but they definitely look like as good as any to
think Penn
beat
State's
any
better than
team.
Purdue overall?
Who?
Penn State.
They got the same record, don't they? They both got 3 losses.
Yeah, so is Penn State better than Purdue
and
this
Purdue
year?
has better wins.
So who's better?
I would have to say Purdue.
Is Purdue better than Minnesota?
Yes.
Minnesota just lost to Illinois yesterday. Who else?
Illinois is the weirdest team in the world.
I'm not even going to do you the disservice of saying Rutgers, Maryland, Tulsa, or Akron. So let's just...
They're better than all
Yeah,
of them.
they're better than all of them.
They're
Oregon?
Not better than Oregon.
I don't know, man. I don't know how good Oregon really is.
No.
I have no idea how good that team is.
I said that pretty quickly, but that was with thinking, like...
They just
Oregon
haven't
does look
looked
pretty
dominant since, yeah.
Oregon has looked pretty shaky.
Struggled against Stanford, struggled against UCLA, struggled last night against Washington.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how good Oregon is, for real. Hey, the only definitive ones that we know for sure are better than Purdue, Michigan State. Well, no, Michigan State's not better than Purdue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Michigan, Oregon. I forgot y'all played Indiana. Indiana ain't better than Purdue.
No.
Fam, you see what I'm saying?
No, they're not.
We went through 80% of the schedule and haven't found another team besides Michigan that we can definitively say is better than Purdue.
Do y'all play Purdue?
No. Last 3 weeks we got Penn State, Maryland, and then y'all.
You can't say Minnesota is better because they lost to Minnesota.
Purdue, who lost to Minnesota?
Purdue?
No, they didn't. They just...
20-13.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, well, yeah.
So Minnesota,
Damn.
Michigan, and Oregon. So that pushes them right back to... I said 4.
I think Purdue is a bigger threat to Ohio State
I agree with
than Minnesota. Now I realize that is changing the argument. So let's say instead of top 3, they're top 4.
Anyways, so Michigan State does lose to Purdue. And again, I don't understand what it is about Aiden O'Connell and fucking David Bell just running it up on Penn State.
That is the funniest thing about Purdue is that when they do it, they'll just pick one guy and terrorize you with him. like, all right, your turn.
Why is he almost getting 250 yards?
Destroy heirs of Rondale Moore from a few years back.
Anyway.
Go to the next one. Go to Ohio State and Nebraska.
Okay.
We'll watch that game at the Dublin Roosters.
I mean, we didn't... But I think we predicted that it was going to probably be a
closer game, yeah.
Than what most people would expect. But, like we always say, Nebraska can't finish.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah,
here we are. I mean, we basically called it exactly how it was, and we escaped, and now we can move on to Purdue.
2 questions. First question: how is it that C.J. Stroud seems to throw for 400 yards every time he touches the field? Right? But it feels like as though he is the reason why sometimes, at least, teams have an opportunity to hurt Ohio State. Him in combination with the defense, really. But it feels like at times he puts the game in jeopardy of being swayed back in the teams of other than the fact that he's like gashing teams for, like I said, 350, 400 yards every time out. But it just feels as though he always finds a way to make a play that keeps the other team in the game.
It's always a overthrown ball or just a questionable decision. Throwing into double coverage or
like that last sack fumble. That Jesus Christ, if you're Nebraska, fall on the fucking ball. You have to get that ball. That was your shot. But yeah, even on that one, right? So he evades him, but goes nowhere. Right? Like you get away from the tackle. Where the hell did you think that defender went? Why are you pump faking? What the fuck was going on?
He's at the end of the day, he's still a freshman.
It's like he gets super high and he be doing real good, and then he just have one of them spaz out moments, and it just be like, oh.
He's still a freshman. You know what I mean? Penn State versus Maryland. Penn State wins 31-14.
They pulled out that one late. But yeah, Penn State again. Jahan Dotson looking good. We got them coming up this week, coming off of a good win. They're coming off of a good win. So I'll be excited, man. I'll definitely be excited to see them match up with each other. I think the thing with Penn State is going to be how do they slow down the Michigan pass rush, and I don't think they can. The thing with Michigan is holding up on the back end because you know that he's going to be trying to get the ball out quick. Also, the tempo is something that bothered us against Michigan State, and I definitely think that that's something that Penn State will try to do early to see if we've corrected it. So those are the two things that I'm looking at for Penn State. Other than that, man, I keep hearing that Penn State has the best defense in the Big Ten, and that, you know, that's certainly up for debate. I mean, they're certainly very good.
I'll say they didn't have one of the best.
One of the best, for sure. But even that being said, I saw Michigan, you know, do against a comparable defense in Wisconsin what they will need to do in this coming Saturday to win. So I have confidence in that. It's just a couple things that we'll need to clean up to do so.
Iowa versus Northwestern. Iowa won 17-12.
What did I say that score was going to be?
You said
it was going to be like 17-7 or some shit like that. I was pretty close.
You did say it was going to be close.
Yeah.
Northwestern was 3-6.
So what is it now? It's looking like Purdue, Wisconsin, Iowa coming down the stretch in the West.
Yeah. I think Iowa has 2 losses, both in the Big Ten. Actually, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Purdue, and Iowa all have 2 losses within the conference. Yeah.
That West is ugly, man.
But Iowa has only 2 losses. Everybody else has 3 losses.
I wish we can get some of that love. Send Michigan State over there. Or send Penn State over there. Try to air this out a little bit.
What? So we can have less competition?
Yeah. Yes.
And then Rutgers becomes one of the top teams in the Big Ten East?
Sure. I'd much rather.
It ain't gonna be Maryland.
Well, no. I'd much rather contend with the Scarlet Knights than Penn State. So sure, yes, send Penn State to the West.
Wisconsin beat Rutgers 52-3.
Here comes the Badgers.
Man.
Keep putting it on them, Wisconsin. Do your thing.
Man.
I want y'all boys to shine. I don't want y'all to lose another game all year.
Come on, Greg Schiano, what's going on,
Just
bro?
go run straight through everybody, make it to the Big Ten championship. Do that.
Why are you rooting for Wisconsin so much?
Because we tore their ass up.
All right, I guess.
Matter of fact, I wanted Washington to beat Oregon last night because we beat the hell out of Washington when they were healthier than they are now.
Yeah.
Was it 30-0?
Mm-hmm.
Destroyed. Hey, RJ Young, should we be ranked ahead of Oregon?
Yo, stop mentioning that name.
Is that how that should work? Just saying, fair. Let's keep it fair.
Illinois beat Minnesota 14-6.
Brett Bielema is either one of the best football coaches in football or one of the worst. because like it's just like
I say it's no consistency.
like, he is either one of the best football coaches in football or one of the worst, because they cannot stay on the winning track, but they don't stay on the losing track very long either.
Yeah,
it is a very perplexing thing. Does Illinois make a bowl game and Nebraska and Indiana don't?
Yeah. They go to a bowl game and they face UTSA.
Come on,
again.
fam. Brett Bielema makes the playoff, or not playoff, excuse me, makes a bowl game in his first year at Illinois, and Tom Allen and goddamn Scott Frost miss it altogether. Scott Frost, man, if they not out on Scott Frost, when y'all gonna be out on?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
When y'all gonna be out on Nebraska? If y'all not out on Scott Frost is not Jim Harbaugh. He is not Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh at least dominates unranked opponents. Scott Frost dominates no one. He gets dominated continuously every weekend in Lincoln in front of thousands of fans.
There's nothing to argue against that at all.
Yeah, nah, man. Love to see it.
I think I say Michigan and Indiana for last, 29-7.
Some of the same problems persist. I think it was a controlled win. Good enough. Right? Coming off of the high emotional game in East Lansing, you can tell that they didn't leave it there, but they still had some things to work on. Or you can tell that their heads weren't still in East Lansing. I think that they came out and they played hard and they were focused on this game. I just think some certain things execution-wise could have been better. Like I came out last week and said that they should have put 50 on Indiana.
Hey! Where y'all going? Where y'all going? You a legend.
Thanks for watching another Back of the Bus Squad episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Want to check out another episode related to this? Go ahead and click that video to the left.
And if you want to catch up on some of our other episodes, make sure you click the playlist below.